Yo guys, Master Markov here, and welcome to another Steam one-shot with the Signifier Director's Cut. So, today we're going to be doing another demo for a Steam one-shot from Raw Fury, and I have played quite a few Raw Fury games before, honestly, and they really do a lot of good jobs with half of the games they do. I think some of the more prominent ones, besides, the ones that aren't out yet, like Backbone and The Longest Road on Earth that I've already done Steam one-shots for, is probably Atomic Crops, West of Dead, which I also did, Star Renegades, which I also have and plan to do, Whispers of a Machine, Kingdom 2 Crowns, Dandara, and Kathy Rain, which I also have a plan to do after the Director's Cut comes out. I was planning on doing that and Whispers for a Machine before the Director's Cut, but that was the day I also saw the Director's Cut came out. So, let's hop into a new game. Normal can optionally ask for hints but are subtle. For players that enjoy narrative and puzzles. I do prefer narrative and puzzles. This is not a pipe, okay? What is this, Mario? Also, that is such a weird title for anything that wouldn't be Mario related. What the heck is This Is Not a Pipe? This is not the pipe you are looking for. So now, I've seen some bits about the game. Most of it, though, was in, ultra widescreen, so I couldn't really see too much of the gameplay like I was expecting to. But it seems to be a delve into memories of a dead person, if I'm not wrong. At least that's the kind of vibe I was getting. And it feels very Black Mirror-esque in the way that it plays out. Somewhat like The Observer. Research. The influence of social media and brain scanning technology has led to three important developments. 1. Creation of TSB, Technology Safeguard Bureau, whose mission is to maintain democratic structures safe from the abuse of technology. 2. Complex international brain scanning regulations that protect private data. And 3. The undeniable tension between the world's biggest economies in the wake of new AI breakthroughs. Under this context, the Dreamwalker Project, which performs academic research on the human mind through an AI-assisted brain scanning technology, has been under scrutiny. You have to make a collaborative deal with the new TSB to keep your research alive.
Please sign right here. Let me take a picture of you with the box.
A picture? Why?
It's part of the protocol.
Oh, okay.
I don't need to remind you how sensitive the material is.
I know. Thanks.
Good. Take care.
Okay. Alright, objectives, investigate the box. As much as I could do that, I kind of want to see what's around this office. What I can interact with. CC Nest plus one pipe. How do I pick that up? E, F, space, enter, click. Okay. I was like, why wasn't it letting me click on it? The mirror stage. Oh, I can't see. Man, even I can't see that. Oh, okay. Well, when I right-click and zoom in, I could. The mirror stage is one of the first concepts which Lacan worked on. Beginning of his teachings in his essay, the mirror stage is a formatter of the function of the ego, as it is revealed to us in the psychoanalytic experience. He based himself on the work of Henry Wallin, on the pregnancy of the image of the other's body for some species, but also for the human baby. In relation to image pregnancy, we have the notable example of pigeons, whose development of the reproductive system would be intimately linked to the vision of their congeners. Isolated pigeons do not develop their gonads. What? Likewise, in the case of the human baby, the importance of the mirror, as well as the body and the work of others, is vital. Much of the image we have of ourselves depends on the other. The self would be a function that comes from the other. The experience of the child who does not have a complete proprioception of his body due to the maturation of his nervous apparatus, who does not have a unitary idea of it, does not recognize himself in the mirror until he is more or less than 8 months old. Before that, his own image is to himself another being. The mirror experiences a unitary image of himself turned him in advance, which, as such, is still misleading since it's inverted. Thanks to the words of another, who will confirm that that's you, the child will become to be recognized in his image. However, if we reflect on this scene of recognition, there's even filmatic documentation of the moment when the glee, and also the strangeness and amazement, the child recognized himself for the first time in the mirror. It's still interesting to capture that, before the child is able to articulate a word, first thing in its place is a you, not an I, that captures the child in image. The root of the self is always... Man, this is long! Jesus Christ! I feel like I'm reading a freaking essay here. The root of the self is always external, and to a certain extent, it never ceases to be. Suffices to remember the feeling of strangeness before an unusual angle of our image in a photograph, or in the extreme, the experience of an anorexic, who does not stop seeing in the mirror a strange element in his body that must be removed. The same way, words and gestures of others, especially our family, that are directed to us determine our conception of ourselves, we call the ego function. Parents speak of the child and also speak to him. They gesticulate towards him. All of this sediments certain image, encourages certain aspects and dismisses others. As such, there's a dialogue that is established in an imminent way, and that does not need to be explicitly said for it to be there. You must remember that what is not said is as important as what actually is. The main idea that Lacan transmitted in this sense, and that made him generalize a stage in the mirror as something that always works, something beyond a certain stage in the child's development, is that the function of the ego is something that is always being built in relation with others and takes a criteria, the desirability of the social sphere, which is situated as the ideal images in a certain specific social and political context. Neurotic conditions are, in this sense, related to the mirror function that fulfills the social context, especially the family. Neurotic conditions arise in complex, problematic relationships that humans have the desire of others. The fundamental question would be, what does the other want from me? Or what am I to the other? Okay! Well, okay, how do I get out? How do I get out of here? There we go. Oh, please don't let me look at that again. Jesus!
The idea was an office-lab hybrid.
Okay. What's the notes you got here? Can I shift around? Oh, man. Oh, God. Final verdict from Supreme Court on a Hallmark case, former President Kofri? Apprehended the action of now famous NSA, CIA, FBI Joint Task Force. Terrorism charges of the group's self-dubbed the Highwaymen? String of fake videos and audio impersonating several officers, including former president. Following the group's creation... what? Also pass a law... Wait, hold on. Following the group's creation, the Congress also passed a law penalizing creation, storage, and distribution of video and audio deepfakes without express permission from the falsified subject, and strengthened penalties for impersonating federal or state officials. I suppose that could happen quite easily in real life. Stop podcast. Internet Archive, creation of TSB, and sensitivity. Let's do the creation of TSB. What could possibly go wrong with that?
By none other than Anna Lucina, our current
There's been a lot of shutdowns lately, and this building's electrical grid is just as old. So I got a backup.
Thank you for joining us.
Good idea. So I can't really hear that from far away.
Although they did get a lot of support from Congress once their bill hit the floor.
That's interesting. We'll come back to that, but let's start from the beginning. A quick recap. During President Kofre's midterm, there was a large-scale attack on our nation's security infrastructure.
Not just on any part, but on what we all know as the weakest part.
The human element, of course. The meat part.
The large-scale confidence trick was composed of hundreds of fake audio and video samples.
The technical term in information security.
So we had an impersonation attack on Congress that we read there, which has caused the TSB itself.
My little project. It's come a long way.
Little? I wouldn't say little.
It was the method as well. The perpetrators used deepfake technology to impersonate various officials.
Yes, but this wasn't dumb kids replacing the faces of actors on a video. Their tech let them interact in almost real
I
time.
mean, you
I've
can
seen
do
the
that right
transcripts
now.
for years, but no footage of the attacks were ever released.
Of course not. Nobody wants to encourage
I can't believe the loss of performance after adapting them to comply with the new laws. Times are changing indeed.
Yeah, I can imagine how much that would affect things like this.
I really need a new partner. Hard to replace Carl, though.
What's in
Carl
here?
liked to read this nonsense. I never figured out how such a great scientist was able to pour so much time in reading clickbait articles. He once said he could draw global connections through them.
Excuse me. 1, monsters in the sky, gene-editing proteins and chemtrails. What? And 2, excuse me, there's lawsuits on babies born from DNA-enhanced parents? Copyrighted genes added to their DNA? They're being sued for their baby? Treatment directly affects genetic material of patients. Scrub them of possible genetic diseases. Pregnant couple signed up for the Exxon project due to proclivity to lung cancer and hers to glaucoma. Horrible. They own my reproductive organs. Meanwhile, alas, when they called us and told us we could be liable, we couldn't believe it. We barely have enough to scrape by. We can't afford lawyers or payments. Baby may be born in debt. It's stuff from dark sci-fi films. My God. I suppose, but that's copyright. Well, if you're in clinical trials, I could maybe, sort of, possibly, a little bit understand that.
The brain
maybe.
disc should be in the box.
I'm not willing to continue with this interview.
But, Madam Secretary,
No, this interview is over.
Development logs of patch 1.2. Probably the most important update to date, and Carl's last contribution to the project.
Looks like a blank screen to me. I suppose we should do 1. Oh, God. I really hope I don't have to keep going through this, like, every time like that.
All right. I have a temporary solution for when Evie can't interpret some part of a memory, but it requires manual input. So, let's say the data was a chair. While Evie can't interpret it is a chair, or where it should be, she's still able to produce a 3D geometrical output with sound, and that output is based on data which does have meaning. The problem is that it doesn't fit anywhere, and it doesn't make sense to her. So, what I did was to allow Evie to still represent this failed reconstruction in an encapsulated manner that we can look at, inside the memory space, so we can interpret it. I made a quick interface for inspection too. So, in other words, we can now assist Evie at interpreting the data by using our special human skills. We just have to tell her what it could be and where it should belong, and she should be able to narrow the margin enough to make it part of the reconstruction again.
Question. Is it always about something missing, like a chair or another object? Or can it be a subjective thing that doesn't belong anywhere?
It could be a subjective thing, yes, but that would be rare, as it's more likely to become a subjective entity or part of the subjective environment somehow. Shouldn't be represented as missing data.
Okay.
Can happen, though. Would be interesting to see.
Yeah. This is great, Carl. We're so close.
Man, I do like that, but hold on. I kind of would have liked to... I would like to hear the rest of these. But I kind of want to see what's in this box. Before I interpret anything else that's over at that chair. Oh? Well, what a quinky
Russell,
dick.
did you receive it?
It just arrived.
Good. Listen, priority is to find the real cause of death. Early reports indicate suicide, a drug overdose, but I don't buy it. It doesn't make sense.
evening.
She was too important and the timing was odd.
She was a lawyer at GoAT, right?
More like the vice president.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so now you see how deeply in trouble you'd be if anything leaks out.
You're putting me in a tough spot here, Tom.
Not if you're careful, Russell. Just make sure nothing leaks out.
Why not wait for the full autopsy? Why do you need me?
We need to move faster, and if there's something bigger going on, we need to investigate it. This is a one-time chance to catch them. Go-AT has been dodging us for way too long.
So you want me to spy on them through her memories?
No, I just want you to find out how she died, which is legal. But if I'm right, it will take us somewhere nasty. I know there's something off. We just need to find out what.
All right. I'll do what I can.
Good. Remember, it's because of these people we're here in the first place.
Well, we don't know anything yet.
We will, Russell. I've been in this for too long to know it's not just suicide. You'll see. So, I've given you access to her apartment on Stratford Avenue. They're about to wrap it up over there, but Detective Stan Becker's waiting for you. He knows you're coming. If you want to investigate the real place, you should head out there now.
All right. I'll check it out.
Okay then, I'll leave you to it. Don't keep Stan waiting, and keep me posted on anything you find.
Sure. See ya.
Alright. Cell phone Q. That doesn't matter. So this one says Vice President GoAT, the law firm, I guess, one of the younger top executives, efficient, smart, ruthless, determined, created highest valued asset, strong understanding of management, laws, market, technology, won Inno Award 2013, first one in the world to receive it. Executive found dead in apartment, drug overdose. Last post quite a while ago. Apparently mail has been deleted. Okay. Corporate restrictions didn't have an active online social life. Quite obvious. Last picture taken by Laura Paz. Apparently her best friend 2 days before her death. Huh. And this is her, what? The scan report? Okay. Oh, that doesn't tell me much. Actually, like... Can I open it? Yeah, see what's in the scan report? No, you're not... Okay, fine, I guess. I guess I ought to keep that. So we've seen the box. Shouldn't I load the thing in? Because this looks like something that goes in here. So what is with my arm?
This'll take a while. I should visit her apartment while the memory gets ready.
I suppose. Ooh, what is this? On-the-fly scanning. Really? Why would I even...
So close. Scanning and reconstructing in real time. The final problem is head movement. Everything's too invasive.
Okay. That's kind of weird. Can I see this again? I just want to be sure. I can't open this? Are you... You're positive. I can't open that. I can't, like, look at it. Nothing. No. I guess classified. But I'm... classified? I don't know. Ooh, what the heck? Okay, sure. Well, I wasn't ready for that. Also, why would you need to scan and reconstruct in real time? For what possible purpose could you need that? I mean, sure? Maybe? It would be... No. What are you scanning and reconstructing? Are you scanning and reconstructing somebody else at the same time as they're seeing it for you? Or are you scanning and reconstructing yourself in real time? Which makes zero sense. Because what would the need for that be? Unless they're being scanned, sending it to a lab.
Russell, right? Tom
I don't
said
know.
come. Feel free to take a look around, but don't touch anything. Let me
Oh,
know if you have any
great.
questions.
Sure. Why am I here?
Last meal. The great shaman Po, master of mirrors, has passed away on his 100th birthday, dated July 12th.
So she was alive the 12th? Actually, I didn't even remember. When did she die? Date-wise, at least. Most of the rest of it doesn't really matter.
Quite a view.
Ain't that the truth? Jesus Christ.
GoAT's new project. Quite a view.
Man, I mean, look at this place. This looks swanky. If the giant eyeballs weren't in the way, it'd be kind of nice. Like, Jesus Christ. Look at that. That's real nice looking. Wish I had an apartment that freaking had a view like this. Jeez. Feeling from at a high rise in DC. Like, this looks like I'm looking over the mall area in, like, DC. Is what that view kind of reminds me of. It's been quite a while since I've been there. You seem a little too suspicious. I'm going upstairs. Now, what is all this?
Looks like where the body was.
Yeah, it does. What is this? Blood. It shouldn't be blood, right? I feel like there shouldn't be blood.
G-Zac sleeping pills. You need a prescription for these.
Yeah, does she have one? Nothing in the bath. Whoa, hey!
Broken. Looks like something was thrown at it.
No, it doesn't. It looks like somebody, like, particle deconstructed this mirror. Why does it look like that? That is not what a broken mirror would look like.
Bloody footprints. She probably stepped on the broken shards.
She? Or somebody else? I think she an overdose. Probably fought off an attacker. Ended up getting bashed into said window. Those are the blood of somebody else that got sent back. Did they, cross-reference these footprints with hers? And also, the blood stains here. And the blood there, to be sure. And check for any, DNA particles in there. I'm sure the vomit's probably hers, but, God knows.
Men's clothes.
Yeah. What's with the gloves?
Another broken mirror. I don't think it's a coincidence.
Well, that's not great. I was just reading about the
Looks
ego.
like an expensive mask.
Looks like a freaking horror show. That's what it looks like.
I wonder what's in those boxes.
Maybe I could.
I wonder what's in those boxes.
Fine. Won't let me. I see. I feel like, yeah, get the skip dialogue thing. What the heck? Was this here? Was this always here?
Somewhere?
I don't remember that being always there. Also, why did it load in just now if it was always there? Let's just check the rest of this to be sure. I didn't really look this way.
GoAT's Indie Tech Magazine, a hub for independent tech to show off their work. Translation, a hub to check for new tech and ideas and absorb them before they grow. At least that's always been the trend with these companies.
True that. Well, I suppose it's time to talk to you.
Do you have any theories about what happened?
It's a little early yet, but everything points to suicide. There are lots of loose ends as to why, especially considering who she was. Her laptop, for example, is gone. We haven't been able to find it, so who knows how deep that thing goes. Even so, I don't think there's a possibility someone sneaked in and forced her to take some pills somehow. But don't take my word for it. We don't even have the full autopsy report yet.
Well, here's the thing. Obviously, if you don't have the full autopsy report, you don't have her blood work, so you can't say if she had taken those pills yet or not. But if somebody did force her to take them, the one first and quick thing to know, to see if that kind of thing is in her blood work, is maybe check the pill count on the bottle. And then maybe you'd be able to figure that out before you even have to get the body back. But obviously, we're gonna go who found her.
Who found her?
Didn't you get the report? It was her husband.
Yeah, but I didn't look at that. So, what time was that?
What time did he find her?
The morning after, and called right away. The security cameras corroborate the time he arrived, so we don't have any reason to suspect him.
What else about him?
Anything else about him?
His name is Alex. Pretty average guy. Fitness trainer. The victim had kicked him out a few months ago. They were about to get a divorce. He came by to pick up some stuff he'd left here.
Could he have been angry about the divorce?
Yeah. But as I said, she'd been dead for at least 6 hours before he got here. So if somehow he forced her to take an overdose over the phone, then yeah, he could have done it.
Hey, listen, maybe.
Did she leave any children or family?
No children, no brothers or sisters, foreign parents that she didn't see much. For now, that's all I know. And a husband. Pretty regular corporate profile, if you ask me.
Thanks.
No problem.
That's weird. Are we done here then? I mean, I would like to have more time. Well, that works. You know, I would love to do that, but I kind of want to see what the rest of these things are.
Okay. So, reason to celebrate. We can now make an objective reconstruction.
So, it worked.
My original approach didn't, but the machine learning approach did.
These are your memories you're using, right?
Yeah, for now.
Cool.
So what I did is to isolate a memory of a specific place, and then made the machine compare it with real footage of that same place, taken exactly at the same moment that the memory was made. So instead of trying to find out how to filter a memory out of its subjective experience, I just let the machine attempt it through trial and error. It basically iterates reconstructions of my memory by randomly filtering unclassified data. And the random reconstructions that match the footage the most get selected, and a new round of random reconstructions begin. Eventually, the filtering is narrowed down to data that is more and more reduced in size. And after a while, the solution is basically the same as the footage, just more glitchy and blurry.
And did you test it with different types of memories?
Nothing too extreme in terms of emotional distress yet, but yes, all types of memories and places. I've been carrying a camera for quite a while now.
I like it, but I think that you still need a bigger test pool to truly call it objective. I mean, you could be introducing bias by how you're making these memories.
That's true. But currently, the places consistently match in size, shape, color. The sounds are getting clearer. While it's not perfect yet, it's robust enough to be certain that if anything bigger than, for example, the size of a tennis ball appears in an objective reconstruction, and if that isn't too blurry or glitchy, it means it was just there. The error margin is simply too small now.
Cool.
Yep, and the cool thing is we can start classifying and understanding this data now by going backwards.
Yeah, I want to take a look at that.
It's all uploaded.
Awesome, Russell.
Alright. That seems like some impressive work. I don't like that I have to click out to get out of it when it's done, and then click back in, scroll to that, when it doesn't just automatically go to the next one.
Okay, so
like right
now,
click for next or
besides
something like
switching
that?
states,
Like, no?
You can actually sort of fast travel to different memories and events inside that memory. As we know, time is still an issue, as you can go back or further in time inside a single memory. So, I thought it would be handy to have some sort of database of memories and their events as you reconstruct them. It also captures visual references as you progress, so it will help us remember a bit about each reconstruction, as it gets confusing sometimes. So this is very rough, but basically what you do is choose a memory from the subject's lifeline, and then if that memory is split into sub-events, you can select them and reconstruct that specific moment in time. It's pretty simple, actually.
That's very handy.
Yep. And if you ever manage to do that objective filter, I made it easy to divide each event into objective and subjective, so they can be selected through here as well.
Thanks for thinking about that. We will make this work.
Well, we've already talked about it, but I'll say this. Even if it doesn't work, we'll reach that truth through subjectivity itself.
Don't let anyone hear you saying that.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Very minor upgrade to the control panel this week. If we discover raw data, then try to use it somewhere, and then forget to pick it up, Evie will know where we left it, so she can recall it. I put a small input there in the control panel to do just that.
Perfect. I'm absolutely going to forget them.
Yeah, I was thinking of you.
Okay, on my side, I coded a small feature this week as well. If you need feedback from Evie about anything, she can now temporarily use more resources to process it. Technically, she will use more RAM to freeze a lot of secondary processes and then continue from that image. And if the RAM is not enough, she'll use our disks. So basically, a lot more processing power will be available for a few seconds, and the memory shouldn't shut down.
Perfect. Great.
Just a quick update on Evie. We've uploaded a few more natural language modules that have really improved her speech. But the biggest upgrade is a module that allows her to learn from us. It does use some processing power, but it's worth it. The biggest gains occur when she is actually on a conversation and being challenged, instead of relying only on big data analysis. So since she's learning from us all the time, we should try to speak to her naturally. Be polite with her. Explain things. Correct her when she makes linguistic errors, and so on. The clearer our language, the clearer she'll be when trying to interpret data to us later.
Is it on?
Yes.
Okay, Russell. I think it needs just a few more days. I could use some testing, though.
Count on it. This weekend?
That'd be great, but weren't you going to meet with Laura?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Monday, then.
Cool. So, subjective entities. As we decided, the understanding of subjectivity should be handled from different angles to avoid bias. So this particular angle is all about allowing the data to speak for itself, so to speak. I didn't want to rush into applying any concept we feel safe to talk about yet. So I first isolated data that had these characteristics: lack of particular location, lack of predefined shape, lack of overall consistency, a strong erratic influence on other memory data, and of course that AI doesn't get close to interpret it. So with this data, instead of forcing Evie to interpret something out of it, I allowed it to sort of latch to human and animal behavior patterns. Let me explain this. I mapped thousands of different behaviors into patterns, and then allowed the machine to brute force similarities between these patterns and the original uninterpreted data. If these are found, they can complement each other, because after a while, the data will have some behaviors more suited to itself than others. And with a little push, they can work as a vehicle to express the data. It's still far off to get something objective about it, but it allows for a lot of guesswork about what is the subjective thing that's going on in the memory. For example, let's say the subjective data is some sort of tense nervousness. Then there is a chance a subjective entity is introduced into the reconstruction to make sense of some of the data that has a behavior typical of tension and nervousness. I'm aware that there are layers of interpretation here, but thankfully the pool sample is huge, and the good thing is that we can do investigative work with this. If we analyze the data carefully and start to challenge these behaviors, it can't lead to an objective conclusion, but it can lead to something if other aspects of the memory support the hypothesis that can come out of these behaviors. What do you think?
I love it. It allows us to investigate further without closing any doors.
I knew you'd get it. It's just having a bigger expression range for the subconscious. That's all we need for now.
Should I start?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so after some serious wrestling with time, always a complex subject, we have a new feature for our time-based reconstruction problems.
Interesting.
Oh yeah. So since it's difficult to freeze one specific moment over a large space, there's always the chance that time variations are too large and that they introduce errors to the reconstruction. So when Evie does find a part of a memory which has a range of moments available, like for example, someone walking from his room to the backyard, and sometimes it's not enough time to make it a different memory event. So what I did, in order to make use of that information, is that if that room-backyard range fits into the maximum time threshold of the event, Evie will now introduce a control that we can use to warp time on that specific object, instead of choosing one part and discarding the rest, so we can see the whole sequence without disturbing the rest of the memory. Thanks.
So, avatars are like a quick adaptation of the subjective entity's work. After a while, we've been able to classify subjective entities based on a few characteristics, like aggressiveness, amount of reaction to the other elements in the memory, and a big list that we can go through later. But what I discovered is that some of the entities are fully passive, meaning that they do not express behavior, but other entities do react to them. So, they are part of the subjective behavior web, but passive. So what I did is make a small hack to use their influence at our will. So it allows us to investigate other entities.
So we can control them.
I wouldn't say truly controlling them, but we can move them around and see how they influence the rest of the subjective space. It's only a spatial thing for now, but it can be really helpful to study how the patterns react to each other.
Okay, still working on the on-the-fly scanning project. It's still a long way to go, but I'm moving in the right direction. The head needs to be fully constrained, though. That's what I'm solving right now. Just moving a bit slow with everything that's happened lately. Yeah, logs will probably stop for a while, until things normalize a bit.
Huh. So you can see after that they were definitely making a lot of progress together. But after what had happened and his partner being gone, it seems that the whole thing is kind of went on a
Evie,
halt.
ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Please operate on patch 1.2. And scan for the latest memory you can find, ideally just before her death.
Understood.
You're not going to show like a cutscene of me hopping into that machine? Oh, come on. That's exactly what I would want to see. I don't care about this. Like, just give me a cutscene of, like, me from my perspective. Just, like, turn into the machine, strap my head on, and then just go, like, a whoosh forward into darkness, and then maybe show me any of this. I see. Subjective. Oh, I was just here. Oh, God. See, since I was just here, I realize now that, sure, this is going to be fuzzy and blurry. Thank God I watched those logs. Oh my goodness. And now it's subjectively making the best possible imagery of the apartment itself.
Hello there, Joanna.
Yeah, that's her shadow. Oh, jeez. Oh, that's the pictures. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Boy. Is the oven on? Is it the light coming in from the window? It's hard to tell. What does it look like outside? They didn't even want to try. They didn't even want to try.
Reconstructing glass from memories. I don't think we'll ever get it right.
Yeah, that one I can imagine is really hard.
Afternoon light. Didn't she die at night?
Yeah, but why would it... How is it interpreted that well? At least I got the TV pretty well. The books, sorta? And this painting? Oof. Man, that's some Picasso right there. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Interesting glitch on the clock. Could be a filtering error. Could be a filtering error.
Suppose... It looks like a thing from Dead Space is trying to attack me, man. Not sure how I feel about that.
Lots of missing information here, Evie. This doesn't seem to be the right moment.
Yes. I wasn't able to pinpoint any further coordinates. Objective data is incomplete.
Reasons?
High emotional state.
She might have known she was going to die. Is there
That's
enough
not
data
good.
to reconstruct a subjective state of the memory?
Yes.
Good. I'll enter the subjective state and see what I can find.
Yeah. Oh boy. This does seem kind of cool how it's kind of like a computer when it loads, but also, what the heck?
Subjective reconstruction was successful, but I couldn't interpret all data.
It's fine, Evie. Subjective interpretation is tough for any AI, even a special one like you.
The subjective uses all memories, including emotions and subconscious.
I can't make sense of this sound.
What is this sound? Seems like a radio mixed with like a weird creepypasta McDonald's commercial.
That ladder goes down to the first floor.
What? Why is there a ladder there? It's like a jingle. The grandfather clock.
There was something here in the objective state.
Yeah, I get that. Huh. What's this say? Still shows afternoon, right? Okay, this is a little floaty now, huh? The fuck is that? What is that? What is
It
that?
belongs somewhere in the memory, but I cannot interpret it. I need to
Is
know
that
what
a-
it is and where
A
it
gun
belongs.
holster?
All right, I'll study it and put it in the right place.
Our data is part O. The heck is this? Hold on. No. Let me see. This should be a clock, right? No. Look at it. Alright. Let's take you... Hello? Kid?
Evie, do a match with clock data at this spot.
Ooh. What is that? Why is there a ladder there?
Could this be her as a child? In the objective, adult version of her isn't represented. Only her shadow. Could mean so many things.
Yeah,
Looks like a girl.
Thanks.
Looks like a girl.
That doesn't help. Alright. Oof. Oof. Oof! Well, hello. Excuse me. Hold on. I wanted to see this room. I didn't want to go. What the heck am I going up to? Excuse me?
Someone's knocking at the door. Someone's knocking at the door.
Oh, God. Hello.
Picture of a dog. Following her?
Dude, nope. I'm good. Not going back down there. The stuff is already packed. The clock looks normal. What? What is this? Wait, what was that? glass, it looks like, right? I'm not entirely sure what this is. It's not... It can't be glass.
Reminder. At your discretion, I can momentarily free memory and processing power to deliver more accurate feedback. Processing.
Sure.
I can't interpret the new raw data, but the spikes in the readings suggest an intense, violent moment.
I'm almost positive this is the mirror breaking. Like, I'm almost sure of that. Like, if that was the thing for give hints, I don't need that.
If it's in the objective state as well, then somebody did take it.
Oh, I see. I wish I didn't see. Oh my god. What is that?
No way out. A spider web. No way out.
Well, is there no mirror here?
No mirror.
I mean, we know this is here.
Sounds close. Maybe in the objective state.
Q? Okay. The mirror is here. Yay! That's great.
Maybe this is the right moment.
Evie, do a match right here with a mirror being violently broken.
Ooh, my god, that's cool.
The water is running.
And somebody's typing on that laptop. The handle! Why is there the handle? Who requested the handle? Also, I wasn't expecting such a, how does one put this? PT-esque.
Doing here. You were right, Tom. She wasn't alone. Should be good enough evidence to keep him satisfied for now.
Should I shut down the simulation?
Please, go ahead.
Understood.
Oh, don't. Wait, no. No, wait.
1.
No.
I never thought I'd get to see all this. My colleagues and I didn't think there would ever be an actual bridge.
A top executive from one of the world's biggest tech companies was found dead in her apartment this morning.
Who would have thought that a concept such as the unconscious could ever be seen so clearly through the lens of neuroscience?
While the police say that everything indicates suicide, they are not ruling out other options until an investigation is made.
It could be a turning point. For all humanity.
Man, I was not ready for that. Well, I think we're gonna have to end this episode here. I was not prepared. Strength is affected by difficulty setting, change the option menu. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. So, wow, this is such an impactful game. I was not ready for that. I mean, I love the concept of the world around us. It's, I never bothered to think this out loud or say it out loud, but this is basically the Animus, but more based in reality. Using such technology in order to recreate memories based off of, AI interpretation is quite hard, wouldn't it? That would be rather difficult. And this is honestly probably the best approach. Though, definitely not one that could be used for public use. A trial and error situation and something that could be affected by the subjective state of mind would never work in a real crime scene like this. I mean, have you seen the type of things people think in a subjective state of mind? Obviously, with the spider web, it's not a good case. But either way, we're gonna have to end this episode here. I honestly think I might pick this one up. It seems like a really amazing game, a really fun story, and I love the lore. The lore! Any game that has good lore in a game like this is good. It's shocking, but it's really good. So, for now, if you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe down below. And I hope to see you next time with more The Signifier's Director Cut and more Steam One Shots. Peace!